Hi, welcome back to my channel, and today's video I wanted to do almost like a first impressions on these I Heart Revolution donut palettes, and I have 4 of the 6 that recently came out. And if you like to see how the color scheme looks like and just basically exploring these little palettes with me, then keep on watching. Okay, so I have 4 of the 6 that came in Ultra recently, and I had a chance to play around with this one, which is called the Mint Chocolate. Well, they call it Mint Choc Chip. And in the back, it basically says all the information you need, as you know, for an eyeshadow palette, and the colors are numbered, and the net white size for 5 of these shadows are 0.05 ounces, which to me is not that much because I'm so used to one eyeshadow being like at least 1 gram, but it's less than that, and it has a 12-month shelf life. And so I've never had the original donut palettes, but I did get one of them, and it's the Blueberry Crush, and it kind of smells like blueberries when you kind of squish it. But it's a cute little feature because let's say if like you drop it, this palette's not gonna really easily break, because I just did that with this one because I'm a little clumsy. It didn't break at all, so that's what's cool about these little squishy exterior things. And this one does kind of smell like chocolate, but I don't know if I could also smell the mint in it. But anyway, so this is what the Mint Choco Chip looks like, and it's a beautiful color scheme. I use this as my inner corner, and it reminds me of the GD Glow Prismatic Galaxy eyeshadow, which I don't own, but I've been eyeing on it because it's been out of stock, and I've been trying to look within my own collection to see if I have any, and no. But this one is pretty nice. It's like it's not as dark as it looks like in my inner corner, so it's really pretty. And then with this one, I had kind of like an issue with the shadow because it seems like it's chunky as in texture. It's not that smooth when you try to pick it up with your brush. You can look at my eyelids. So as you can see with like this one right here, you could see the speck that the shadow did on my eyes, but I did try to wet the brush using the shadow, and it did pretty much work out. And then for this dark shade right here, I used it as my crease. So the palette in itself was pretty much decent to use, but I could say that in times given, I think patience is key to using these palettes. The shadows are not that, how can I say it? They're not as smoothly as you can work with like, let's say, BH Cosmetics. You could just, I mean, that's just my first impressions with this palette. So this is the color scheme of this one. And so the next palette, this one's called Custard Filled. And again, they're numbered in the back. So this is what the color scheme looks like for this one. And before I forget, so the ones I did not pick up were the ones called Sugar Coated, which look like this one. And then the other one was Chocolate Cluster. Or Chocolate Custard. Yeah, there you go. So they're all retails for $7 each. And I did have a coupon, a 20% off coupon, and the $3.50 off of 15 coupon. So like basically these palettes came out to, for me, like around $5. Okay, so the next palette that I got is called Berry Jam, and that's like my sister's name, Jamie. Anyway, and this is more like the purple palette, and this is what the outside packaging looks like with little sprinkles. You could kind of smell the berry. I smell a little bit of it. And this is what this color scheme looks like. And from what I can tell, all these little palettes have shimmer in it, which is something that maybe not all people would enjoy, because some people would want matte eyeshadows. But then again, I did pair the mint chocolate chip. Like this one is actually a shimmer, but I used it as my crease shade, and you can't really tell that there's shimmer in my crease. So I think you could get away with using some of these eyeshadows as your crease shades. You just have to blend it, work in patience with them, and yeah. And so this one is called Cherry Pie, and this one is really interesting because it's got glitter and sparkles all over this one. And for some reason, this one doesn't really smell like anything, even though it says cherry. And then I do notice that every time I kind of like press it, the little glitter specks do kind of fall out. So that's to be expected with these little squishy thingies, like it could just fall out. And so with this palette, this is what it looks like. Oh, there it is. And so yeah, like as far as like my first impressions, I think they're really cute, and you could easily use these as like something you could travel with. Like if you really wanted a color scheme of purple, you can easily find it in your makeup collection and say, oh, purple donut. Oh, I'm gonna wear purple eyeshadow today. And you would just need to have like a matte palette to like have some transitions for your general eye look if you do that kind of a thing. So now in the next clip, I am going to be showing brush swatches in my hand, and I will say like in the description below to explain if one of the shades were chunky or not, because I could say with this palette with chocolate chip, as I said, the palette that is number 2, this one was really, really like, you can almost say that it had fallout, but it was like a different kind of fallout. It was almost like little bits of chunks, like like almost like salt grains of fallout, that kind of fallout. So, but then like if I put my finger here, you could see like it has kind of like that texture. But the shade itself is beautiful. Like, the shade is like all over my lid. And it looks just like this. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. I know this was not really a review, not really like anything. I just wanted to get this video up because I think it's such a cute palette, and I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing around with these shades. As I said before, they don't have mattes in it. You would be working with just shimmers. So thank you so much for watching. May God bless always. May you have a good rest of your day or night. And I hope that everything is okay. I actually recently heard the news about Taylor Swift's mom, that she has brain cancer, and like that has to be really hard, you know. Like, I think all I just want to say is that my prayers are with anyone who's battling cancer. Know that I'm always praying for you, and I hope that you always have peace. And I'm not getting emotional. I'm okay. It's just that I think cancer is like really scary, and if you have a family member that goes through, thankfully, all my loved ones, my family, my friends are all healthy. That's all I could ever ask for from the Lord, you know, and I'm always blessed that way because in the end, I don't need any of these things to keep me happy. And I just rely on my faith so much that I truly believe that God does bring a lot of peace in your life. So that's why I always say that may God bless always, because I truly hope that God always bless you in everything you do, and I hope that He's with you always. So, and that said, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello again. Okay, so I just finished with the brush swatches and going based on the swatches I did with this brush, which is a Luxie Precision Shader Brush and 239. I could say that these are not as pigmented within the first swipe. So the only one that was really in that state is the custard filled one, which looks just like this one. It's in the yellow packaging. But all the other ones, you do have to take your time into building that up. You could probably like dampen the brush and then put it all over your lid. That could work as well. But you just have to be really patient with working with these eyeshadows. So, I guess that's my brief overview of these little palettes. I could say that I highly recommend it if you do have the patience for them. And that is pretty much it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.